What's going on, guys? Today you're watching Randy with Guitars, Girls, Green Grass, and Guns. Echo has a new product out. It's called the Black Diamond Premium Trimmer Line. Today we're going to be doing a little testing on it. And we're just going to get down and dirty and talk about it today. So I hope you guys stick around and enjoy the channel. Leave a comment and tell me what you think. Hit me with it. Stay tuned, guys. We're going to talk about the Echo Black Diamond Premium Trimmer Line.
Guitars, girls, green grass, and guns.
So what we have here is a little bit of an overgrown flower bed. I cut this tree down and I'm waiting for it to die. I'm gonna burn it out, but in the meantime there's a lot of thick vegetation in here with a couple of little bitty trees growing in. See how the Black Diamond does on that. The little bitty trees that were in there. Let's go try some more. We have a little bit more overgrown area here. Pay special close attention to the thicker ones up here. There's actually a small tree growing up here. See how the Black Diamond does here. So no matter what, you're going to have to be careful when weed eating around vinyl. But let's see how the Black Diamond handles it. As you can see, it cut down the grass very easy, but it's not very rough on the vinyl fence. Now, let's just face it, everything I have is overgrown. Here we have an overgrown garden bed. There's some landscape rocks in there. Let's see how it handles against the rocks. Let's see if I need to bump out any more line or if it can handle to the rocks without tearing up. It handled up pretty good. As you can still see, we have a full length of line hanging out here. Minus an inch. It took an inch off to do around all them rocks. And I am going up against the rocks, so I'm rubbing material off. The other line that I use, a little more generic, I would have had to bump line on that about 2 times. Being I have that line out, let's just see what it does with the rest of the bed. Love you, babe. Look at all that line left. I know for a fact that with my other line it wouldn't have done that. It would have grabbed all of that grass and just choked up the head there. I'm telling you what, this Black Diamond can really cut through some stuff. She's going to be so pissed. So as you can see, I just cut down that ornamental grass using the Stihl FS45. This Black Diamond line isn't just made for commercial, but for homeowners as well, for cutting down thicker stuff. And you don't have to buy line as often. We're going to try that ornamental grass or pampas grass, however you want to look at it, with the Stihl FS100RX with the Black Diamond line. All right, here's the Stihl FS100RX. Let's give it a go. Our sprayer. I found our sprinkler. Let me tell you a difference about the 100RX compared to my 45. This thing has loads of torque. I wasn't even giving it full throttle because I was used to listening to the sound of mine. I mean, mine was winding up and I was cutting this stuff down, but this was like half throttle. Heck, I'd like to have this for myself. The FS100RX. This thing is a torque master. I can't believe it. First time using one. Oh, that makes me want to cut some more stuff down. You know, the lack of force that I was using to cut all that stuff down, that's a lot of dry and wet stuff, and it's pretty tall. And let's see, this line was, I might have lost 3 inches off that line. That is amazing line to cut down what it does and still hold up like it does. Sorry about your plants, babe. All right, I got some hired help. Let's see how it does running down the fence line. Get that tree out of here. Now with the differences here, you can see that the Best Buy is just round line, and this line here is pretty flimsy. There's no sharp edges on it or anything like that to really beat down the grass. The leading competitor can see it is a little bit of a stronger line. You can see it does have somewhat of a square design to it, which helps cut grass as well. And next to that we have Echo's Black Diamond. As you can see, there's a lot more sharp edges on that, which equals in a lot greater of grass cutting ability, along with the spiraled action on it. It gets a hold of more grass, whereas with just a square edge you're not getting as much cutting surface as you are with the Echo Black Diamond. Now we're going to compare these two to see how easy each of them cut, to see which one's softer, which one's harder. We have a standard CRKT drifter. It's fairly sharp, it's not the sharpest. But I'm going to apply just medium. We're working into hard pressure. And that's pretty hard pressure right there. Now we're going to cut the black diamond. I can already tell just by touching it that it's a stiffer material. And put a little more pressure on it. Now, that was a little bit more pressure than with the leading competitor, and you saw how it really snapped off of there more than cut through it. And that's one of the good examples of why this black diamond is very good stuff. It stays stiff so that when you're mowing edges, it you know, it's not lagging down, it's not grabbing a hold of stuff and bringing it along with it. This stuff stays more straight out and is able to cut the grass, to whereas most of the others, you know, it's more pliable and bendable, to where this will grab a hold of taller grass and thicker material and, you know, wrap around it and try and bring it along with it. Now, as you can see with the guy that I hired to do this,
where's my money, man?
I'll get you in a little bit. But it tore this fence line up. It did it smoothly. It laid down a very smooth line. It didn't tear up any of the fence. And I'll try and see if it'll roll in some slow motion. I doubt that it will. But this is some really great line.
Now let me go ahead and add something to this. As a landscape professional, lawn care landscape professional, something I can tell you about this line that a lot of people won't notice is this actually cuts grass. I've always used a lot of the Stihl products. I had the square and the round regular, and it kind of just tears up the grass and just kind of beats it up and tears it down. With this line, it's the first line I've noticed that actually cuts the grass, and that's why I like it. That's why I run it.
There you go, from an actual professional and a homeowner. I really love this black diamond line. I don't even know if I'm going to finish out my Stihl line. I don't know the model of my Stihl line, but I don't know if I'm even going to finish it out. I think I'm just going to go get some of this Echo black diamond line myself. I do have a sample that was sent to me from Danny Lanier. Thank you very much, Danny, for that. You're watching Guitars, Girls, Green Grass, and Guns. Thanks for stopping by. Leave a comment, give me a like, subscribe if you'd like to. Have a good day. I'm out.
Guitars, girls, green grass, and guns.
So today we're going to talk about the black diamond trimmer line. Hit me with it. So today we're going to talk about the black diamond trimmer line. You are one fucked up dude. I can't believe you guys even watched that.